Hello everybody and welcome to episode 24 of this Let's Play, which is our final episode of this entire series. And today we are of course going to unlock the remaining three characters, those being Paradox, Zone and Sherry. But once we are done with Sherry, who is our last character in this case, I am not just finishing the video, I'm instead showing you in fact that I did unlock all of the characters, so I show all the character wheels and the card pools that I have in Speed and Rush. Also, I can confirm that I haven't bought any packs, which is nice, and I can show you that my gems are full and that I have some gems in the gift box and so on, and I can show you all of my card tickets that I still have available. I do all of that in the end to prove that my method preserved a lot of resources and still allowed me to unlock all the characters. Now we are dueling with Yusei against Paradox at level 30 at the gate, and this first one is we summon Stardust Dragon and we defeat him with Stardust Dragon and we get a comeback victory. So just some usual stuff, and Paradox honestly is not the most difficult opponent to have and his missions are fine. So yeah, and these three missions are the most difficult ones for him, since they have to be done against him at level 30 specifically. However, we can also play against him at level 10 when we are using Yami Yugi, because Yami Yugi needs to duel Paradox and summon Dark Magician, which is accomplished quite easily, and it just right now came to my mind that this Dark Magician summon also would count towards the Seto Kaiba unlocked mission in the M world. She just stated, Yami Yugi summons a Dark Magician like once. And we're like, okay. But summoning Dark Magician isn't really a big deal, so we can just do exactly that and finish the duel. Then, replay number 3 that I'm going to show you is with Jaden Ubel, and I already talked about him being necessary for the unlock for Paradox when we unlocked Jaden Ubel, so yeah, I already mentioned that one. Jaden Ubel duels Paradox at level 10 at the gate, of course, since they are in different worlds, I have to do it at the gate, and the one objective is that we summon Elemental Hero Neos, and guess what? Stratos can search a Neos, which means I can do this one quickly and finish the duel. Nice and clean, and we do not even have to defeat him with Neos or Dark Magician respectively, we just need to summon these guys, keep that in mind. I just wanted to finish him off this way because, yeah, style and poetic justice or whatever. You can make up your own reasons for this. Anyways, unlocking Paradox is quite easy and we can do just that. The next character on my list is Zone, and I do not like unlocking Zone, not so much for his unlock missions, but more for his summon animation, which is the Zephylon, the Ultimate Timelord, and I talked about that in the Summon Animations video that I made, but you already know the deal, probably, and it doesn't matter even for this video or for the context of this video, since we are just trying to unlock him. And the first replay, the first duel, is Yusei vs Zone at level 30 at the gate once again. I did not want to wait for a spawn, since I just wanted to finish this video, finish this all stuff to get it out for you. So I decided spend some gate keys to it. So we have to summon a total of 5 level 7 or higher dragon type monsters. Those do not need to be synchros, this can also be blue eyes white dragons and so on, just like with the Aporia mission for Leo in the previous video. And I will summon 2 of those 5 level 7 or higher dragon monsters, and I will get his life points to 0 with Stardust Dragon, which also entails that I win against him at level 30 with Yusei. And this is kind of easy in the long run. And then I have to duel him 2 more times. Normally 1 more duel would have been enough. However, as soon as I started the second duel, which we are about to go into in just a moment, I realized that I had forgotten about a very specific thing in my deck building process and therefore had to do it in a separate duel. That one is on me. But hey, who cares, right? I mean, more content for you, I guess. And the second duel here, the second replay, is then USA versus Zone at level 10 at the gate. I need to summon 3 more level 7 or higher Dragon-type monsters, and I need to perform 4 synchro summons in a single duel. Now you could wonder, how in tarnation are we going to get 4 synchro summons in a single duel? Well, once you summon your Shooting Star Dragon, you already got 3 synchro summons: your Formula Synchron, Stardust Dragon, and Shooting Star Dragon itself. Also, what you can also do is you can summon your second Stardust Dragon. I mean, I got this first one with the Stardust Nexus structure deck, but I'm also using Yusei's starting skill, Mark of the Dragon Head, which also adds a Stardust Dragon and a few other synchro monsters to my extra deck, so I can just summon it again. And then I have Junk Archer that I can summon, which of course was added to my extra deck with not a skill or anything like that, just because I had it from the Stardust Nexus structure deck. So, getting a few more level 7 or higher dragon monsters out and performing 4 synchro summons in a single duel turned out to be quite cool and not difficult. And the one mission that I forgot and have to do in a third duel here against him at level 10 is that I inflict 1500 or more points of effect damage in a single duel, which basically is the same mission that we had for Supreme King Jane in the previous episode. But I mean, they cannot invent new missions for every character, right? So some of them will repeat themselves, and I will apply similar or even the same strategies here. You could do this with a Vessel Farm, you could Thunder Crash and Raime and all that fun jazz. So it doesn't matter how you do it, just that you do it in general. And Zone then is unlocked after these 3 duels. Honestly, I could have made it 2 duels, and if you are super cool and super smart about this and very knowledgeable and skillful, you probably could do it in the single level 30 duel that you need to play against him. But I prefer getting this done over the course of several duels, even against him at level 10, so that I have an easier time, even if it means spending some more time of my own and using some gate keys. But you do it the way you want to do it, so long as you clear the missions, or so long as you are using a character unlock ticket, am I right? And we are now hopping into our final unlock of this entire series, and I'm kind of crying because it's over, almost. No, seriously, it is against Sherry now here. We have the first duel, Yusei versus Sherry at level 30. This one happened at the gate because, again, didn't want to wait for a spawn. And the objective is that we summon 2 level 7 or higher synchro monsters in total in duels against her at level 30. Also, Yusei needs to win 3 duels against Sherry at level 30 in general, which kind of sucks. Also, no spell Trapcast to save my life until I draw into Source of Revealing Light here, which is good because this one is the card that helped me stay in the duel. And you do not need to get for a comeback victory or low life points or whatever. No, you do not need to do any of that. So, just waiting for my tuner monsters and then performing the synchro summons. And of course, this could be your Stardust Dragon, Formula Synchron, which is not even a level 7 dumbass. Of course, it is the Shooting Star Dragon that would count. And as I did it in the second Zone duel that we played a few minutes ago, I could just use the skill and my own copy of Stardust Dragon, and then I can summon Stardust Dragon twice in one duel. So that would work too, I guess. And honestly, winning 3 duels against a character at level 30 always rubs me the wrong way. I do not like it. I didn't like it with the Barians, and I don't like it here. But we do what we have to do, and normally I would only show a single one of these level 30 duels. However, I am in a good mood today, so you get to see more than just one duel. And then after that we will take care of the remaining Sherry missions. And I mean, I didn't need to show all 3 duels, but I feel like it's sometimes necessary to explain stuff or to watch stuff about Sherry or other characters, because Sherry with her fusion monster Centaur Mina can be quite a pain to deal with, since that guy or that girl can turn off one of my trap cards, so I need to be careful of that. Then we are going into an Akiza duel for a change, which is Akiza dueling Sherry at level 10 at the gate, and we have two objectives. We summon Black Rose Dragon with Akiza, which is something we had to do for one of the previous stage missions, so we already know how to do this, even though the monster, her copy plant that is added to her deck with the starting skill, doesn't really help with that, so I have to resort to Junk Synchron and some other tuner monsters that I have in my collection. And the other mission that I want to clear in this video is that we defeat Sherry with 1000 or less life points remaining. I could have done this at level 30 when I dueled her using Yusei, however against a level 30 opponent I do not want to mess around, and therefore I did not do it then. And finally, there is one Crow duel that we have to do against Sherry later, and that one would just need us to win that duel, and therefore it should be a quick one, but only if I take care of the remaining mission, which is this 1000 life points mission here. Therefore, I put Black Rose Dragon and 1000 life points into a single duel here, since I needed to wait for my level 3 tuner monsters anyways. I also had to wait for my hieroglyph lithographs, and therefore waiting for 2 or more cards is better than doing it in several duels, when you do it in one duel. So I decided to do it then, and now we are playing the final duel of this series, which is Crow versus Sherry at level 10 at the gate, and Crow just needs to win. So this is easy and exactly what we want to finish off this whole unlock thing. And there is not really a particular reason for me to have Sherry be the last 5Ds character to unlock, or to have 5Ds be the last world in general that needs characters to unlock. It just so happened to play out that way. Now I of course need to unlock Sherry to say that I truly have all of these characters. And Sherry I like quite a bit, especially because of Baron de Fleur, which I want to summon in the future, at least on my main account, and make a deck around that. But I think it's good that we don't have it in the game yet. So we are in DM world, and I'm showing the character wheel. You see there are no gray characters, and that means, once we are around for one turn, that we are done there. DSOD world, I am on Yugi, and I can just show you the wheel. We are done here as well. And this lets us go to GX world, and I was on JNU Bell because of the Paradox mission, and then I go around one time, and we have all the characters here, as well as in 5D's world, because, yeah, we unlocked all of them basically, and you can see it here, it is proof. Also, we then go into Zale world, and what you look at that, we already unlocked all of the characters here as well. So, then Arc 5, not Vrains just yet, Arc 5 world, and we go around and see no gray characters, so we are done here as well. And then Vrains world, go around. Of course, I didn't mention the alternative styles, but you saw me unlock those, so I think we are fine here. And then in 7th world, we have a few characters, and got all of those that are not event exclusive right now. And one final world, which is Go Rush world, but it doesn't really have a wheel because we currently can only get 5 characters, and that means we are done with all of these characters. Now I would like to show you my card pools. First of all, the Rush deck that I was using, my standard Rush deck, when I didn't have to go for specific missions like summoning 7th Sword Magician or whatever. So this is the stuff that I would work with. And don't worry if you cannot see or read the cards or whatever, or don't know what those are. I just have 6 tribute monsters, 3 are level 7 or higher, and 3 are level 6. And then I have like 6 spell cards, and the rest is level 4 monsters with the highest attack points. Also down here we have my card pool, that I got from no products, just starter decks and leveling up characters. So yeah, that is also fine here. And I would like to show you my speed stuff as well in just a moment. And honestly, I could choose any speed character for that. However, just for simplicity's sake, or just because it has a special meaning to me, I pick the deck that Yami Yugi has here. And we do not need to worry about any of the skills that may or may not be on any of the decks, doesn't matter. So my speed deck that I was using for the most part was just that usual stuff, but you've seen most of these cards in duels already, so it's no big surprise. Also, I have a few cards in my extra deck here, even though I probably do not summon Stardust Dragon, since I cannot summon it, since I'm not playing Tuna monsters in my regular deck, unless I'm actually forced to do something like this, like in the 5D duels. And also down here we have a lot of speed cards, surprising amount of speed cards actually, that I got from leveling up characters, from drop rewards, from opening my starter decks and structure decks that I bought or got for free. Miller was a special drop reward that I got quite early, but I don't remember who was the character that gave me this card. But I was using her for a long time, since she had 1800 attack points, and that was quite helpful. Also a light attribute and spellcaster for some specific missions, so that was cool. Also, I am still scrolling through the card pool that I have here, my trunk, so to speak, in speed duels, and after this, I want to show you my favorite cards, so you can tag cards as favorites with a little star. And what this does is you can, when you are in the deck building menu here, find those cards easier, since they have a specific tab for favorite cards. And those are not just my favorite cards, but those cards that I was using quite a lot, like the Hieroglyph Lithograph and Gravekeeper's Vessel, which I then didn't need to search for, but could just go to the favorite tabs and just put them in that way. And the same goes for all of my regular deck cards that I have in my standard deck here. Whenever I unlocked a new character and wanted to rework their deck, I could just go to the favorites and work the deck that way. And make the deck that way, I mean. Okay, so next I need to prove that I did not buy a single card pack. And I have two ways of doing that. Number one is the beginner missions that are available for Mokuba, the M-Word, and some others. And when you go down here, you cannot read German maybe, but basically there are two missions that state like open 5 card packs at the shop and open 10 card packs at the shop. And since those missions are not claimed yet, or cannot be claimed yet here, and are not red, but just a regular color, this is proof that I do not have a single card pack besides the one card pack from Ultimate Rising, which I had to purchase in the beginning. This here is my profile and my stats, my screen here. And again, you maybe cannot read German, but when you're opening your own Duel Links, you can see which position is which stuff. So you probably then know what's going on here. And there's one that states opened packs 1, which again was the Ultimate Rising, and I was forced to do that in the very beginning. Also, I can show you the resources here that I still have, like the gate keys, the UR stones and rare stones and so on. So you could see those as well. And then finally we talk about gems. I have 9,999 gems, as you can see up there, and in my lifetimes list I have a lot of gems that I did not claim, like for completing the data transfer, that's 200 gems, and then every character, or almost every character, to level 10 or to level 30 gives you 50 gems each time, so that's good. And then some other stuff, like logging in for like an X days straight or whatever, so that's gems. And then in my gift box I have a lot of gems here. So yeah, and those are my card tickets, finally. All of these card tickets I still have, and I still have all of my character unlock tickets because I didn't use a single one of them and unlocked all of the characters regularly and legitimately. Also, when you want to use a character unlock ticket but already have all the characters, you can convert those into 50 gems. So that's more gems for you. Good stuff. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say here about all of this. And it was a very long Let's Play. Basically, I played through the entirety of February and edited and voiced over in March. So yeah, quite a long time, but I think it's worth putting it out for you so that it may help you. Thank you so much for watching.